Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepard. This is John Rule. Let's see some pictures from Pinnacle Wet Prairie in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Sierra Club sponsored a gathering out there, and that's actually my front yard. That's a big blue stem plant, the only one in my front yard. I just had to show that. Anyway, this is before the outing. This is on MLK. There's a sign that you can't read too well. It says, Wildflower Walk, and that's pointing down the hill to tell people how to get there. And sure enough, only a few people had a telephone to find out the way after they got close. It was still confusing with all the signs we had out. Legal limit. That's Joe Neal that you just saw, and he's up on the southeast part of Pinnacle Prairie at that time. You can see the factory in the background there. But anyway, he explored up on that end, and I wasn't even thinking of doing that. And it's not that good. It's been mowed, but gosh, you know what? He found some big blue stem, a little blue stem up there, and some flowers that I didn't know were growing because I quit going up there. Here are two ladies that stayed on the paved trail. See the shorts, what I'm wearing, and here's another one wearing shorts. And they never went out with any of the guides up into the tall grass because they were worried about things. Well, you can see those same three ladies standing there. At left in that picture, that's Don Steincross, and at right, the lady behind those three ladies, that's Don's wife. Here she is standing by some of the big blue stem grass. She didn't mind getting out there. And here is one of our Sierra, what's it called? Excommunication board? No, executive board.
Yeah.
And John and I are both on that, so there you see.
Crawshaw?
Yeah, Crawshaw, James Crawshaw.
Wow.
And it's goldenrod with some little beetles on it. They're the military, army beetles, is that what they're called, John? And they're really neat, and they're all over flowers. I had a phone call, I had an email today from a lady who lives in the wooded area, and she said, what are these little bugs on my yellow flowers? And I said, well, they're soldier beetles, that's what you call them. Crawshaw's at left, Jane Steincross right there, and talking with him, and he's got a BA and working on his master's degree in botany. He's doing tree studies for his master's thesis. There's Professor Steincross and Joe Neal. Joe Neal's, of course, known as a bird specialist. Right now, that is looks like a non-native plant that we call Bermuda, but it's actually a native, and I don't remember the name. It's in the same family, but it's a native family of the Bermuda grass, I believe. And this is a purple, small fall aster up close. And of course, there's lots of those out there, and it's a real beauty. You're looking at what's the grass there on the left?
River rose?
Yes, sir. And you see, I've got pictures with both big blue stem and little stem right behind it. And there's Don Steincross taking a picture, just as Joe Neal's pointing out something over there that is pretty close. Here's Steincross again, taking a picture up close of Liatris, and it's surrounded by little blue stem, big blue stem, and there you see Indian grass. So these are all
shot.
Experts in these shots right here. You know,
That's great.
You know them all, John, I think.
I'm learning.
And up there on the hillside at the railroad, you see blue stem grass, but it's growing in the gravel surrounding that partridge peat plant. That's the small horsetail milkweed, it's called, and see how skinny the pods are. That one's, I believe, at least 4 feet tall, but the foliage is really tiny, and I think of it as the smallest one on the prairie, but that one looks pretty big in those pictures up close. And there's James Crawshaw with his book looking up information about those things. There you see big blue stem in the background and Indian grass in the foreground. This summer is the best I've seen it there. And not every photo I shot came out perfectly, but I'm just proud to get them out there and listening to those experts. I wish everybody could have been there.
That's great.
Do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya. John, what is this?
Well, it's a native pawpaw fruit from Upper Frog Bayou. It's quite edible. It has a very thin skin that you can peel off. Some people freeze them in the winter. They're delicious, and you
How
can.
do you store them short term in the fridge?
Well, short term, you can just take the fruit off because they'll be ripe in a day, and then add a little lemon juice and put it in the refrigerator. It's just like a natural vanilla pudding.
All right. Well, let's look at some photos real quick. And we've got a bunch more today. And it's the 16th of September 2016. This is land north of Martin Luther King Boulevard, not far from where the new trail was built. And that's Government Avenue on your right. And that first shot was of land up there that already is available for sale up north. And the university owns property just south of it. And then in that picture, at the top of this picture, that's south of MLK. And then immediately below that, you see the Salagee Trail. And then you see this wooded wetland there, John? All of that?
Yeah.
That's a deep bedrock fault under it, and it shouldn't have anything built on it.
Oh.
But it's for sale.
Oh.
And National Cemetery would like to have it, but you know what? It's not suitable for that, and it's surely not suitable for buildings if the university should buy it. It should be left there to protect the watershed. This is a meeting of the Regional National Cemetery Improvement Corporation. It was on Friday, the 14th of September, 2013. And one of the things on the agenda was the young man in the background was talking about that UA plan to buy south of MLK and build down there. And he's very much against it. And RNCIC would like to own the property if they could. Now, here's the
Tiny passion flower.
Yes, sir.
Plant, vine.
And it's Passiflora lutea. And see, those are maypops. Those are edible too.
Tiny ones.
But those tiny little blue ones like that don't taste worth a hoot. They're nothing like as good as a pawpaw.
Yeah.
But the wildlife love them, and the butterflies such as Gulf fritillary and variegated fritillary, both can eat this foliage. Their caterpillars can eat this foliage and become big old beautiful fritillary butterflies. So that's one of the values. Their wildlife values, their watershed protection values, and reasons to have this native plant life everywhere you can. That vehicle says law enforcement on the front. Just before the Razorback game on Saturday, that thing came by my house. Now, it's not street legal. It has no license plate and probably lacks some other things, but they just run around and do what they want to. Anyhow, this is Liatris, and you see some of the native plants with that Liatris. And we're going to get back to, here we are. We're at Pinnacle Wet Prairie again with, that's Jane Steincross in the background. She's over fairly close to the fence. They've got a big wide swath mowed and even sprayed right under the fence because they don't want critters to come in there or fire to come across if one should start. That's the purple or the swamp vervain, swamp verbena, the plant you saw a second ago. And this is some more, I understand from Mr. Crawshaw, native grass, but I don't remember what he said it was. And these are beautiful little native wildflowers. Let's see, I'm trying to think which ones they are. Anyway, they're Gerardia family. Okay, so I can't talk more about them right now because I haven't read about them, thought about them. But they were out there right on Pinnacle Wet Prairie on Sunday. And you weren't there.
No,
you're not the
I missed
only
it.
one from the Sierra Board who missed our outing, but you'd just been out there a week or so before with me and seen all this stuff. Now, I made multiples of this
bee.
flower. Well, no, it's not a bee. And when you get up closer, you'll see it's a flower fly. It only has one set of wings.
Yeah.
It's got little short, stubby tentacle, whatever you call them, feelers on its nose.
Yeah, I refer to them as hover flies.
Hoverflies
I don't know whether
and
that's
bee
right.
flies or...
They talk to you a lot.
Yeah, but they are flies. And because Mr. Steincross, Professor Steincross was there, he was confirming that fact. I didn't even have to say it when somebody said, look at this bee.
Yeah, two-winged
Yeah.
Diptera.
There you go. Okay, till next time, it's Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya.